We continue to follow news of the United States inserting itself into the Israel-Iran conflict after launching strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. Political analyst Linda Schacht joins us now to offer some further perspective. Linda, thank you so much for joining us. Now, given your experience in the Carter administration during the Iranian hostage crisis, how do you think U.S. strikes could reshape America's diplomatic standing in the region?
Well, there's really no way to overstate the significance of what President Trump has set in motion or to predict how it will end. I mean, this attack was extraordinary and unprecedented, and it really represents a watershed moment in the history of the Middle East. President Trump has become an interventionist president, and by ordering the biggest military intervention by the U.S. in decades. And he hopes to do what no previous president has been able to do, and that is to, with this all-out assault, destroy Iran's nuclear facilities without pulling us into a broader, lasting conflict. And we know from history that that is a difficult goal, but he's taken that gamble, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, Linda, how do you think the U.S. strikes will impact our alliances, not just with Israel, but with European and Arab nations also watching closely?
Well, there's a couple of things. Two cautions. One is in this euphoria of shock and awe and the amazing success of our military, there's a danger of claiming that the mission accomplished, right, too early, to claim that too early. But the other thing is what are the American goals here? And I know our allies, as well as Russia and China, who have called the UN Security Council emergency meeting, our allies are wondering, what is our goal? Is it this is one and done, and we, as we'll find out in the next few days, whether or not we have completely or at least mostly destroyed their nuclear capability, but is it regime change? Because while the president's aides have been saying that it's not regime change, the president himself posted this afternoon in a post that seemed to support regime change, and that's something that even part of his MAGA base would not necessarily be in support of, and probably will affect Iran's decision on how to retaliate.
Yeah, and one last question. What should the U.S. government be doing now to prepare for or prevent the potential humanitarian consequences of striking Iran's nuclear infrastructure?
Well, there's humanitarian issues in the Middle East. There are the increased oil prices that will be felt around the world. There's the potential, and we have already acknowledged that by moving our personnel out of the Middle East for assassinations and kidnappings and airstrikes. And so the U.S. needs to, I hope, anticipate better than we did when Israel responded to October 7th by going into Gaza, that we anticipate better the humanitarian needs that will come from an expanded conflict in this region.
All right, Linda Schacht, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.